What up? It's your boy, not your boy at all. And today, first you're gonna watch me back up some of my files. I'm gonna play for something for about an hour, and I'm gonna go get ready for my day. I'm also gonna continue retuning my tattoo gun. I'm also gonna go to Baltimore today. Pick up some more green soap, some more Sanoderm, and a couple more colors. Because I have to work on this. And I need brown, green, and gray. And I could mix myself, but it's just easier to pick up pre-mixed colors. Also, if I can get this machine tuned again, I'll use the machine to work on it. I don't think I need to Tebori this part. Although, to be honest with you, some of the lines came out because it was one of my first left-hand projects. Refilling that with Tebori might be helpful. Or Irezumi. Just call it stick and poke. You're a stupid fucking American. In fact, you shouldn't even been doing it at all. Society has no values and or premise behind its behavior. It's super fucking depressing, and I wish I could have acted as the savior, but instead I'm the martyr.
Yeah, we don't want anybody saving us. Gang!
What the fuck is in that coffee, bro? Obviously you've lost it. See, I don't need you. I can abuse myself all by myself. I just have to simulate what you would say. What should we play today? Should we play I have no foreskin and therefore I have no life?
Dude, I thought I taught you a lesson about talking about that already. Guess we're gonna have to re-educate you.
Said the Cabal. I want to listen to a song, but I don't know if it's going to get me copyright issues, so I'm going to turn the desktop volume down or I'm just going to turn the volumes down while I listen. Wish I could have played that for you guys too, but I don't entirely trust the system right now. I was gonna say I don't trust the system, but that's not true. I do trust part of it because that's why we're all still here. Oh, and also I just forgot these are all private, so it doesn't even fucking matter anyway. What Sad God song do I have? Oh, it's actually just one of my songs with him on it, but for some reason his name is more prominent. Alright, so what game should we play? Let's put on some instrumentals.
Let's talk about movies.
guessing if anyone saw my car account now that was new to this, and they weren't supposed to see it anyway, but they just went, oh my god, he has all those done already? Drop him, he's cheating. Meanwhile, me over here worked my fucking ass off. So used to people saying that I'm cheating just because I worked hard. And they didn't. So they say I'm cheating because they've never witnessed anyone working as hard as me. Oh fuck, you think I could beat Dark Tengu with the Hachiroku? Don't hurt me if I lose, okay? I don't know if I can beat him. We'll see. I did it. That wasn't even so bad. I had some technical difficulties in the beginning of the run. Not sure what happened, but we did it. Oh, now, see, I only have a little bit of nitrous left. I may or may not be able to beat this next person. But we'll try, because it's a twisty track, so I might be able to do it. Probably could have preserved a little more nitrous, but like I said, I had a technical difficulty. Sometimes you gotta push back a little bit. There, I did it. I hardly used any of the nitrous, too. Alright, let's see if we can get this next one.
Hachiroku!
I just felt someone try to take my powers from me. That was crazy. This happens quite often. It's kind of like Icarus, except not necessary. Except it's not the sun, it's a person. And I didn't get close to them. They're watching me and trying to take my power. once again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this person or not. We'll see. Because these are longer roads, and they might just outspeed me. I might not be able to beat this one.
Our way next time, buddy, and then we won't arrest you. Ha 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 ha. Oh wait, you already did it our way, and then you improved it. And actually, we're just being assholes. You're actually better than us. But remember, say it with me. No one cares. That's you guys laughing at how much pain you've caused me and how evil you are. That's you guys laughing. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to reach down that throat and pull both of those lungs out of your chest so that you can't do that anymore. I'm pretty sure I could do it. I could either do it or I'm gonna pull most of the lungs out. I just have to find the right flap. I don't want to accidentally go into the stomach because there's acid in there. I just gotta make sure I get into the lungs. And I don't know if I'll be able to pull the whole lung sac out, or if I'll just pull all the, how there's like tubes and like bronchial tubes and like aeration pods and stuff. I'm pretty sure I could rip most of that stuff out. Hands, which one of them, actually, yeah, one of them you broke, the other one you didn't break, you just pissed me the you just pissed me the fuck off and I punched my chair and it broke. But one of them you guys broke and tortured me with. So I'll use that one. Anybody know why I was issued 2 of the same charge? One for the manufacturing and one for the distribution? When there wasn't any manufacturing or distribution? there was evidence of one personal extraction, and there was no evidence of distribution. In fact, there was a lot of evidence of anti-distribution. And a personal extraction is not manufacturing. It's that motherfucking simple. And yet, I somehow have, quote-unquote, no legal defense, which is really just an indicator that the attorneys are in on it. Or at least one of them. I don't know if both of them are. Thanks, Fairfax, for being corrupt as fuck.
Let's talk about
Pretty sure it's not just Fairfax, though. Maybe it is just Fairfax. A bullet was just issued for me. Why am I not surprised? Every time I say real shit, you just proved my point. You just proved my point by trying to kill me, or attack me, or harm me, or something. Just to... We're gonna teach you a lesson. You're right, but we don't like you. So we're just gonna fucking terrorize you and bully you. Nobody cares. No one cares. I don't know if there's a real attorney still left on this planet. I don't know if there's a real lawyer left on this planet who actually knows how to do their motherfucking job instead of just appeasing the motherfucking court system into getting a slightly less bad outcome. But meanwhile, sacrificing my peace of mind and my soul just so that they can get a paycheck. Is there anybody left who actually knows how to practice law? Instead of just corroborating with the judge and the prosecutor? Is there a single fucking attorney on the motherfucking planet who actually knows how to practice law? Let me guess, the whole shit's fake now and no one knows how it works anymore, and you fucked up by hiring Trump as the president because he's just making it worse. Oh yeah, that's right, guys. It's fine. Decriminalize it in DC and sell it because it has medical value. But then, when I graduate from that program and make it for myself, that's when the problem begins, right? Because you don't want me being safe. You want my money. You don't care about my safety. You just want my money. Which, I will remind you, I don't have any money. My parents have money and they support me. And not just willy-nilly. They're very strict. And I have to do a lot of research and show a lot of results. So basically you're just terrorizing them. And you're using me to terrorize them. And you're terrorizing me. And that is bad. Let me guess, so many more bullets just got issued in my direction because I'm correct? How about you guys give them to me instead of trying to shoot them into me? Because clearly you guys don't know what to do with them. You don't know how to use them properly. I don't even want to shoot people either. I don't want to shoot people. I want to go to the range. But I can't because you people are fucking assholes and you're scared of me. Because because you know you're doing the wrong thing, and if you know that if I had firearms, and I found out about what you were doing, I might try to stop you. That's the whole reason. I mean, yes, I'm also suicidal, but I worked really hard not to be. And what do? You try to make me suicidal again, and you try to make things worse. You're just proving my point. And what does it matter if I shoot myself in the fucking head? Nobody cares anyway. So, whether it's me or you, no one cares. So what's the point? Why do you have one? And I'll remind you, you don't have the right to take away my firearm rights. I'm just being patient. You can say I don't have a right to own a gun all you want, but in America, it's just not true. I'm just waiting patiently because I don't want to get in trouble. I'll even submit forms and shit, but you guys arresting me again made this a lot more complicated. And it's obvious that you did it just to fuck me over. There is no benefit to you help. You didn't help anyone except your motherfucking selves. You helped yourself to my shit. And does that really help you? No, because you didn't do the work. You spend all this time harping about blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah, and then you do the shit that you're blah blah blahing about. Hypocrisy.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're changing the tide of public opinion.
How am I changing the tide of public opinion if this is a private video? It's the same shit as, like, you guys say,
Oh, well, Trump beat you because he's president now, not you.
I wasn't running for president. That's how stupid you guys are. And instead of understanding what I'm saying and agreeing with me and changing things for the better, you just keep fucking doubling down on me and trying more ways to attack me. You know what you guys are like? If you're like in Division 2, you're like the fucking crackheads that run around terrorizing people and just shooting them for no reason. And I'm like the character in Division 2 that's fighting for everybody on the side of the people who actually want shit to go right. And I'm not saying you can't use drugs. I'm just saying when you let that take over your senses and you focus on your own selfish desires as opposed to the greater good, you turn into a fucking idiot. There's nothing wrong with having some selfish pleasures when that overrides your conscience and your ability to take care of others, not just the people who are trying to do drugs and shit or whatever. You have to take care of everybody. That's why the division factor makes no sense. It's just people being shitheads and lying when there's no reason to. And then the other side, the people who are still maintaining control, I don't know if they're all the best people, but at least they're not relying on all the lies. You got to start somewhere. And meanwhile, you're accusing me of being the one who's crazy and out of control and a drug addict. It's just not true. I'm trying to not be a drug addict. I'm trying not to be crazy and out of control. And all you guys keep doing is provoking that sort of behavior from me. When you're supposed to be doing the opposite. Your entire institution is fake. And I'm the real one. That being said, we still don't know where the direction of this situation is going to go. We still don't know what the outcome is going to be. just because I'm a real one, it doesn't mean bad things can't happen to me. Bad things can still happen, as already been shown in Exhibit A, B, and C. Something bad happened to me, even though I was a real one and I was a good person. And you weren't. None of you were. And yet, I still suffered the consequence for your selfish actions. Oh, you thought I was having a party? So apparently there's something wrong with enjoying the fact that I'm surviving both terminal illnesses and mortal wounds. Apparently there's something wrong with being happy about that. There's something wrong about being happy that I was recovering. I wasn't inviting people over. I was just trying to get better and work on shit that mattered to me. Can't beat Dark Tengu on this right now. I already know he's gonna smoke this cappuccino. Maybe if I had a full nitrous, but it would also depend on which way he went. I don't think I've ever raced Wind of Napoli either, but that's neither here nor there. I also don't think I've ever raced Noodle Artisan. Basically, long story short, whether I go to prison or whether I don't go to prison, whether I finally have a life worth living or I don't, I'm still correct about all this. All that you'll be doing by issuing punishment is proving how corrupt you are. And if you don't issue punishment, you've still made a huge mistake, and you didn't make up for it, you just didn't keep going with it. Or at least not in the same way. It's still not the same as getting an apology, a public apology, and it's not this. You should be expunging my record as well. You should be doing a full federal and interstate, frankly, probably an Interpol investigation. You should be collecting all the information correctly this time, instead of trying to just make me look like a criminal. And you should be asking me a ton of questions to make sure that you understand what is going on. And then you should be exonerating me, expunging my record, and issuing compensation. As well as now listening to what I have to say about government policy. That's what should be happening. I've already made it clear, like, Trump is obviously the most corrupt politician we've ever seen. And I've already made it clear I don't hate him. I mean, I like, if we're just hating, then I can hate anyone. Then yes, I'll hate on Trump also. But ultimately, I don't hate him. I understand what the game is. And I'm even saying that if I got into a position of power, I would not bully people like him. I would just try to put them in the place where they belong. Because corruption understands corruption, and some amount is always going to exist. That's why I say put him in New York. He'll do great as the mayor of New York, I promise you. But you gotta have someone watching him and telling him where the limits are. Like, okay, that's fine. That's fucked up, but okay, fine. Versus, no wait, don't do that one. That's too fucked up. And I don't think I'm ready to be president right now. So there's that. Just reminding you that that's not what I'm saying. Essentially, I'd be some sort of consultant.
Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about movies.
So basically, the Master Chief.
I don't know. Do you have any Mjolnir ready? Or do I have to help you? Because until we have the Mjolnir, I think I'm just a consultant. But like I said, we don't know where this is going to go. I have some good ideas about where it should go, what's best for all of us, including what's best for me. And that's the thing, is you have to understand, just because it would be good for me, it doesn't mean that it wouldn't be good for others. I know that's a thought pattern that everyone's fallen into, of like, oh, well, if this person's winning, then I'm losing. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is you guys are already losing, and you're causing me to start losing too. Big time. And it pisses me off, and it hurts. And I know how to solve it, and all you have to do is let me. And help me. You have to help me too, because you've got answers up in that noggin of yours that are fucking frozen in time by TikTok. That's essentially what this comes down to, is that social media platform has had a very detrimental impact on our society. And it wasn't the first one to do so. It just capitalized on all the vulnerabilities that all the other social media platforms created. And it's not even that it shouldn't exist, it's just that it needs to be modified in a certain way. And people, actually, you know what? You can leave TikTok exactly how it is. We just need to create other platforms to balance it out. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, you can leave TikTok exactly as it is. We just need other platforms to balance it out. There it is. You can keep using TikTok and fry your brain, but you need some other fucking activities. Yeah, fry your brain every once in a while. What the fuck do I care? It's your body. But when that's all you're doing and it's affecting me this negatively, you gotta have something else in place. And that's why I suggested the Selective Service app. Kind of like Ingress, but for DARPA. As if Ingress wasn't already DARPA. I was suggesting we make a Selective Service app where you could pick up government contracts and you can level up and play government contract games. Like, oh, we need these armaments transferred from this facility to this facility. This is a level 17 operation, and you require this clearance. Would you like to take the training course? Yes. Okay, the training course is a 2-day course. If you pass, then you can do this assignment. And you'll get paid this amount of money. And then it's over, and then you can start a new contract whenever you like. And you can also just get a real-ass normal job, like working at the grocery store or some shit. Oh, and look, this Selective Service app also has resources that you can use for recreation. What do you know? And the draft is the draft, and the Selective Service is the Selective Service, and they're two separate operations, because they should be two separate operations. I even wrote a brief white paper on it. I didn't flesh it out that much, but actually, I don't know where that went. Now that I think about it, I don't know where that document went. Wait.
Let's talk about movies.
I have more time than I thought I did. I woke up early today. Let's add another hour to the timer. We're at 7 minutes, we'll add another hour. I need some water, too. And the Selective Service should not resemble GTA, because we don't want to include stash house raids and shit, because as you can see, sometimes those missions are wrong. That's what you guys were already doing, was playing this shit like GTA. That's how I got hit up. That's wrong. If you want to create a place like Los Angeles that is like a war zone, but like a civilian war zone with a what's it called? Come on, brain. We just talked about this. With sustainable war. If you want to create a sustainable war zone, fine by me. But Washington, D.C. is not the appropriate... The D.C. area, Virginia, not the appropriate place for that. You're not supposed to be doing stuff like that around here. Because we need more order. This is supposed to be a safe zone. Just like it's called the DMV, this is supposed to be the DMZ. Where you're not supposed to do stuff like that around here because it could escalate too quickly. And like I said, if we're hating, I can hate Trump too. I can hate Trump with the best of them. And the rest of them. But if we're not hating, I don't want to hate him because there's no point in it. It's not productive. The more productive thing is look at where he's already at, try to figure out where you can meet him where he is, and see where you can go from there. That's what everyone should be doing. And if you want to hate him on your spare time, watch out because I'm pretty sure he's a pretty big hater too. I'd like to make it clear what happened to me as a result of him being elected. Should not have happened because I was not hating. I was providing an alternative solution. Unfortunately, the rhetoric was too powerful because he was elected on these premises that are not helpful. And that's why he shouldn't have been president. He should have been doing something else. Not because his life as a human being isn't worth anything. That's not the answer here. The answer is that the way he got elected corrupted our whole system. And it didn't just corrupt our whole system, the ideas fucked up our society. But hey, he's already president now, so what the fuck are we gonna do about it? The answer is not expel him. The answer is support him. That doesn't mean support him in doing bad shit. That's not what that means. It means guide him. If you try to make an example out of him, you're just making it worse. You're just making it worse if you're trying to make an example out of him. It's like having a child and then bullying that child. It's just sad. You're just doing a bad thing. If you constantly bully that child that you have, like your child, if you're constantly bullying and fucking with that child, you're creating a sad situation. And that's essentially, if you're fucking with Trump and you're trying to mess him up, that's essentially what you're doing. You're ruining your own future. But if you're just enabling him, then you're fucking up just as much. That's right, I said it. Dealing with Trump as president is just like dealing with a child. And it's true. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being honest. You want to shoot me for saying that? Once again, you'd just be proving me right. Childish. Especially, I'm an American. Saying stuff like that, you want to shoot me for that? That's retarded. And by retarded, I mean you are behind. You missed something. I don't mean you're autistic or have Down syndrome. I mean you are behind. You are slow. If that's what you think, your synapses are firing at a reduced rate of time and frequency. That's what retarded means. Did you know that you can be autistic, but you can actually be advanced? A lot of autistic people are actually advanced and ahead of the curve. I don't know about Down syndrome, to be honest with you. I'm not very specialized in that. Or whatever other disabilities you can have. I don't really know. But my point is that disability does not equal retarded. Retarded is retarded. Retarded is as retarded does. You could have no disabilities and be retarded as fuck.
Get with the times, Stuart. We don't use that word anymore. Young, young, young. Now we're touching ourselves and making an example of you. Young, young, young.
That's retarded.
Well, I never.
Puts penis vagina away in a retarded form, in a retarded manner. That's pretty much what this comes down to, is you people have lost your faculties. You've lost your ability to behave like adults. You're just babies with adult bodies, and you can't help yourselves. You have no self-control. And like I said, no matter what the outcome, I'm correct, and I'm putting it out there, somewhere into the universe. Maybe 10,000 years from now, aliens will look back and laugh their motherfucking asses off because they'll see how correct I was and how stupid everyone was, and they'll be like, no wonder this species is extinct. But damn, this guy's like us. He could have been one of us if the rest of his species wasn't so fucking stupid. And then we have time-traveling aliens who have potentially come back to try to save me, but they can't interfere too much, or else I won't develop properly. And who are the time-traveling aliens? You guessed it, it's us. Because when you cut off my foreskin, a piece of me went to the other side, and now it's coming back to find me. It's coming back from the infinity to find me where I am. To make me whole again. And it's either gonna meet me on this side or I'm gonna meet it on that side. I don't know which yet. I kinda needed that part of my PP for decision making. So instead, we have me doing my best, coming up with some really good ideas, and then everything falling apart because everyone bullies me because they can, because they think I'm an easy target. Whereas if I had that piece, I would be armed, I would be sane, and I'd be a motherfucking player. But instead, I'm a disabled veteran who gets shit on.
Oh, there's no record of your service.
Okay, well then I'm a what's another word I could use? Disabled loser with no sex appeal. There. Why is there no record of this person's service? Because he didn't serve! Wait. How's that? Why does he do that? Oh, he's just retarded. Push up! Don't mind him, he's just retarded. We definitely didn't put him on a bunch of weird-ass fucking drugs and hypnotize him and make him commit a bunch of motherfucking murders. And then make sure that the records weren't available to the public. That definitely would never happen, because MKUltra was never a thing, and it wasn't actually just using LSD to program soldiers. instead of what they said it was, which was just an information extraction method. Because they definitely, why would the government lie about things like that? Why would they do that? They wouldn't do that. So obviously Alec is just crazy.
Crazy, crazy. Can't you see that? That's why he's been to these places so many times. That's why he's been to the psych ward so many times, because he's crazy, 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 worthless, crazy, stupid. Let's chemically castrate him again, and then let's act like we didn't make him kill a bunch of fucking people, and that's why he's acting like this.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just extrapolating from the information that I have. Which is obviously all false. Everything's false because everything's a hallucination. Because that's what you tell me when I figure stuff out like this. You say, no, you're hallucinating, and then you hit me with the butt of the gun. You say, that's false, soldier, and then you pistol whip me. DMT has no medical value. See here, smoke this. You feel better?
Yes.
Now watch this. Bam! Shoots you in the leg. You feel worse now?
Yes.
See? DMT has no medical benefit. Meanwhile, I can do it all day long. Smokes, feels better, doesn't get hurt because I'm the abuser. Not me, by the way. That got confusing pretty quick. I was talking about them. I'm not an abuser. I'm the one who keeps getting hurt by trusting people. And also, you shouldn't have to be an abuser for this situation to clarify all that. You should just be able to use a medicine and have it work and live in peace because people aren't just fucking attacking you to try to keep control over the entire motherfucking narrative. Oh, well, it seems like it's not medically viable because look what happened next. You got raided by this SWAT team, and that's pretty medically detrimental. But wait a minute, Alec. There's something you didn't talk about in the middle of this. That may have been true for a period of time, but what about when you started using these drugs yourself? On purpose? Well, I'll tell you what, that means that I ranked the fuck up, bitch. And I started taking control, because I was already part of an operation that I could not get away from. So what did I do? I grabbed the bull by the motherfucking horns, bitch. I grabbed it right by the motherfucking horns. I did not grab it by them cojones, because I do not approve of castration. That's not good. Don't fuck with that bull's balls. Leave that shit alone. But its horns? Yeah, grab them shits. And then what'd you guys do? Nobody cares. Say it with me. No one cares. Excuse me, would anyone like to explain where this person's service record is? Here's a lot of shuffling. People shuffling their feet and wringing their hands and looking away. Contritely. Alright, Dark Tengu, let's see what you got. Here's a hint. My last action date on my initial selective service sign-up is 12/23/2012. Now, compare that with when the Mayan calendar prophecy was, and also when the Higgs boson was discovered, and you have your answer. It's a fun little puzzle game, isn't it? Just like Cicada. And here's another clue, which you may or may not have found out, and I've mentioned before. I was forced to sign up for selective service twice. Once when I was a minor, and then once when I was at George Mason University. They were doing psychology testing, and for some reason, it was paired with signing up with the Selective Service, so I just did it again.
Are you sure you want to keep disseminating this information? They're gonna figure out you're a killer.
I've been trying to tell people this. You keep saying I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I'm definitely supposed to talk about it. Can you prove it? Can you prove that I'm a killer? I would like to know. Because I can't seem to prove I'm a killer. I can only get so close, and then there's an asymptote. Because there's a complete and total lack of real evidence. But it's not that there's it's not that then I find evidence against it. It's just that there is no evidence. Right at the point where we're gonna find proof, there's no fucking evidence. It's not that we now find evidence that counter refutes it. It's just that there's no evidence. Which probably means I am a killer. And I kill and then I follow the protocol and no one fucking catches me. But it doesn't mean that I'm an indiscriminate murderer, because it seems like if it is happening, it seems like it's an act of God, which means I highly doubt that the targets are unjustified. And I have some supernatural memories of some certain situations, and that's a lot of what I made my music off of. I didn't just make shit up. I already had some shit in my brain. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Hold up, let's document this. And then I would see signs that confirmed that it was true. But I learned to kind of stay the fuck away from a lot of that shit, because if I'm not in the fugue state, well then I might make a mistake. If I'm not in the fugue state, where I usually don't remember most of it and it's just a blur, or it's a state, what is it called? State learning memory? If I'm not in that and I'm in a state where I can actually consciously observe, oh my god, this is a potential confirmation, it usually feels really scary to me, because I'm like, no, as a regular human, I don't want anything to do with that stuff. Because I'm not supposed to, of my own free will, commit these acts. That's why it says, thou shalt not kill. It's not that humans won't kill. It's that God is supposed to use us for that. We're not supposed to do it on our own, because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. But as soon as God enters the chat, we suddenly know everything. We just might not remember it. And that's why I stay training, fam. Because I don't know when, where, who, how, what. But if God's gonna enter the chat, I want to be ready for him as a vessel. And that's why I'm a bitch. I'm not your bitch, I'm God's bitch. Because God will enter me as a male enters a female. And I don't mean that like he's gonna stick his penis in my butt. I mean like his spirit will enter me, and I will be a recipient, which is the female role. That's what Omega Divine is all about. Receiving the will of God. And then Alex Stewart is the alpha male. The alpha male. But the alpha male, as a human, is nothing compared to the alpha power of God. And so therefore, to God, I'm his little bitch. And he's also very proud of me as an alpha male, I'm sure. But that doesn't change the fact that his will must enter me. Thine will be done as in kingdom come. On earth as it is in heaven. Did you forget that part? Where's this nigga's daily bread? And that's why I'm a nigga. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Because I'm God's nigga. Nyaka. Do I sense people partying on my downfall? Let me guess, you already quote-unquote toasted up on me. You already wrote this one off as a win, didn't you, fam? You're already pretty sure that you got me. Isn't that the case? That you stole my shit? That you're gonna put me away forever and we're gonna chalk that one up as a win. Isn't that right? This part right here? Because all you guys ever did was lie and cheat on me? And you think that's what's gonna win? Hilarious. Scotty. Scoot, scoot. Or was it Dewey's? Or was it all of you? Was it all of you motherfuckers in the fucking cult that you have against me? Could have been anyone, but I sensed partying. I sensed partying on my downfall. I guess you guys just think it's funny to do things without me and exclude me. That must be what you get off on.
Oh, well, I get to enjoy this because it's mine, not his, and he's powerless, and I rule the world.
Imagine strapping someone to a chair in a cell and me just doing this to them for like a few hours. Wouldn't that be fun? Sounds like a good time to me. So it says here on this sheet of paper that you stole this, and this from me. You said this song was yours, you said this song was yours, and you said this song was yours. And it looks like we have a bunch of records of your actions under the influence while claiming these things. So we're gonna have a little chat, and by a little chat, I mean quite a long chat. And you're gonna sit in this chair, which I have strapped you into, or someone has strapped you into, and I'm going to just say whatever I feel like saying to you for as long as I feel like saying it, and then we're gonna start again tomorrow. It seems like that's the type of shit you feel like I deserve against me, so why not do it to you? Because I didn't actually do anything wrong, but you guys did. Okay, raise your hand if you've actually been in real combat and have either shot someone or been shot, or just been in combat, just been in this situation. Raise your hand. Okay, now, keep that in mind. You guys can keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Now, put your hand down if you have not experienced anything supernatural. Just any supernatural qualifies as anything that seems like aliens, God, the devil, any of the above. Just anything that seemed insane. Or however you want to put it. You know, we can just leave it as supernatural. Something that you picked up on. Let me guess. Almost, if not all of your hands are still up. Oh wait, is it just a few of you? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. My point is, wait, have any of you experienced? Okay, you have experienced supernatural things. That's what I thought. How about you people in airplanes? You ever seen that weird shit up there? You ever experienced anything super crazy up there? Maybe it didn't even seem super crazy. Maybe it just seemed different.
Let's talk about
You ever have a hard time explaining that? You ever think that maybe our dimensional reality is a matriculation of multiple dimensions coalescing into one, and that just because we say that it's this and it's that and it's the other, that maybe it's actually a bunch of things, and that it's not the rules that we impose, but rather these are supposed to be recognition of what is. And when we find out that there's more to it, that the solution isn't to say, well, our rules say this, so let's try to destroy it. Maybe the solution is to be like, oh, well, now we found something new. Let's include it in the rules, and maybe we have to change something. You ever consider that maybe all of this could just fall into, like, magical mystery land? And that you could suddenly see teeny boppers walking around? Wait, no, apple boppers. Not teeny boppers, that's the wrong word. Apple boppers? What I'm saying is this shit could turn into the Beatles motherfucking cartoon land. Any day, anytime, just because it felt like it. They could steal all your organs and put them back in no time flat.
Let's talk about movies.
That's the type of shit I'm talking about. And that's what I was in control of. That's what I was trying, and I don't mean in control of as in I was causing these things to happen to you. What I mean is I was in control of the diplomacy program between myself and this realm. And there's others who are participating. Don't get me wrong, there's others. But you have to understand and look at what I was doing as something very specific. It's not that I can't still do some of that work, but hey, you guys motherfucking asked for it, didn't you? That's right, guys. I wasn't perpetuating the negative, chaotic behavior. I was trying to meet it where it was and calm it down and get it to work with us. So you want to accuse me of all sorts of crazy shit? Well, maybe you should have figured out what kind of person I was first and what I was actually up to, instead of just making assumptions because you wanted to for your own personal gain or to satisfy your own worldview. Because once death enters the chat, things get a little spicy. Alright, I think Dark Tengu's gonna beat me on this one. We'll see.
Please be careful. Please be careful.
Yep, Dark Tengu won that one. But notice, I can just keep going. So technically I won. And that's why when it says lose, that's what I'm saying. It's not that every time I win, you lose. It's that when I win, I have a better chance of helping you win. You notice how I didn't crash into their vehicle? I could have just crashed right the fuck into the back of their vehicle and caused major damage to them. But I didn't do that because I respect Dark Tengu and I want to keep practicing with them. And that's what teamwork is all about. Now, if I'm in a really fucking bad mood and I got a bad vibe and someone wins in a bad fucking way that I don't like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking try to murder you. But if you're playing fair and you just win off playing fair and I understand the factors involved, well then great job, bud. And I beat you too, so it doesn't matter. It's just fair play depending on the circumstances. It makes sense. But if it doesn't make sense, well, you know what else doesn't make sense? Violence. It's also possible that you just thought that I had a winning streak and that you thought it would be nice for you to end that winning streak. It's also possible that I should have won that one. It's possible. Because that's kind of what you did to me. I was winning in life, and you guys were fucking frustrated because you couldn't do it like I did because you didn't put in the work, so you just tried to stop me. That's all that was. It didn't serve any legitimate legal purpose. And to be honest with you, it still doesn't. I made it clear you guys should have admitted defeat already because you didn't finish some other fucking lab reports. And so therefore it's not a quick and speedy trial, and you violated my constitutional rights again. But apparently you guys don't care about that because you think that America is over and that you can just ravage its shell as it slowly rots without even giving it a proper burial. That's what you guys think. But apparently you don't believe in God. Don't you realize on this motherfucking money, right here it says, "In God we trust." And what is DMT but proof of God? You want to say God's not medically viable? Why do you think doctors are allowed to practice? Because God lets them. God enters them through a state of ketosis. Wait, ketosis? No, whatever ketamine does to people. What's that state called again? It's the state that Jesus was in. You don't need to use ketamine to do this. But it's... You practice as a doctor. You practice, you practice, you practice, you practice, you practice, you practice. You open up yourself. You open up yourself. You open up yourself. You open up yourself. You practice, you practice, you practice, you practice, you practice. It's the same thing as combat, but on the other side. Saving lives instead of taking them. It's the same thing. It's God possessing you. You practice as a human. You make yourself available. You make yourself viable. You do whatever it is, whether it be a seance or a prayer. You do what you need to do to invite this possession, and you make your body a vessel and a tool for this possession, and then the spirit guides you. Same thing for music. We do this in music too. You wonder where these songs come from. Some of them I can generate, actually a lot of it I can just generate algorithmically. After a while it became that for me, where I figured out an algorithm that I could use in my own brain that I could generate tracks from. But that takes a lot of training. And yeah, I had to use that methodology a lot, but where does the actual song itself come from? Once again, sometimes I actually create the whole thing, but sometimes it's just flowing through me. Sometimes it's just available because I make myself available. But when you can actually create the algorithm yourself, that's when you have embodied some of the actual conscious aspect of God. And you haven't just let it flow through you, but you've actually aligned yourself and become part of the God system. At that point, you are designing reality. And you don't need drugs in order to do this because our body is full of drugs all the time, whether or not you put them in your body or not. Our body is a drug factory. That's why these charges are so ridiculous. And when I have either a deficiency or I've earned the right to augment myself through motherfucking hard work and proving grounds, and you try to take that away from me, well, you put yourself in a very difficult position, whether or not you feel that way or not. When I finally, I'm gonna pause right there. No, wait, no, yeah, when I finally pay off all my software and hardware that I use to make the music, and then you take it away from me, After 10 years of me pirating software and installing the cracked software myself and using it non-profit for educational use, and then I finally buy all the software and then you take it away from me? With no interference up until that point? You know what that means, right? That means I was in deep with the motherfucking syndicate. And that means that they allowed me to do that. And what happens as soon as I purchase it all? What happens? Law enforcement, which their sole purpose is to protect my purchases. That is the entire point of their institution. And what do? They take my purchases. There you have it, folks. So saying I have no legal defense is preposterous, especially because there's tons of research on DMT that shows that it's medically beneficial and that it's decriminalized in DC, which is where I encountered it. And that's why I transitioned into doing it myself.
Shut up, Alec! Shut up, Alec! Shut up, Alec!
No, you shut up. You shut up and you sit down, because it's my life at risk. It's my life on the line. You shut up, you sit down, I'm the authority. I authored that method that you took from me. Like I said, you want to try to make an example of me? You want to do all this shit, all this blah blah blah, this, that, and the other, make an example, shut the fuck up, sit down, we're gonna cut your penis off, etc.? We're gonna destroy all your work and take credit for it? Well, guess what? No one cares. No one cares.
I'll blow you up.
Okay, no one cares. What's done is done, and I made an impact on the world. Whether or not you want to give me credit for it, which I'm used to not getting credit for my impact on the world, I did something. I did something important. You want to act like motherfucking bitch-ass cowards? That's your choice. But you're trying to take away from me my constitutional rights. And not just my constitutional rights, but my actual human rights. There's a bunch of shit in Geneva about not doing this to people. I could have won a Nobel Prize. I could have won a Nobel Prize and a Purple Heart and a bunch of fucking Grammys. But instead, you stole everything from me and threatened to punish me at gunpoint. You threatened to kidnap me. You want to call that delusions of grandeur? Go ahead, but you're wrong. Just because you say everything I say is cap and that I didn't put in any work and blah blah blah, all these other motherfucking narratives that you can rip out of nowhere, pull out of your ass, it doesn't make them true. It just makes you look like a motherfucking asshole. Alec, I asked you to stop and now something bad is happening. Well, guess what? Something bad has been happening to me forever. And all you're trying to do is make it worse, and that's how I know you're full of shit. You're damn right something bad is happening. And I was trying to solve it. And what did you do? You punished me for it. So no shit something bad is happening. I was trying to transmute that thing that is happening that is bad into something that is good, because it's possible to do so. You might call it impossible, but impossible things are happening every day. You just keep thinking you can try to scare me and lead me in the wrong direction, lead me astray.
No, stop. Something bad's happening. My pussy.
And then when I stop, you're like, ha! Nothing bad was happening. You're an idiot. And I stole your stuff. And now I'm going to say what you were saying. Ha! Pussy!
Because Stuart's just a little rat.
Yeah, that's right. Do some motherfucking research on the medical benefits of DMT. Because it's there. That shit's there for real. And don't just try to fuck with the shit. Don't just try to make it fail. Actually do some stupid-ass research. Some real-ass, smart-ass, stupid-ass research. Don't just destroy things and try to make it look bad. Because you know why? Karma. That's why. If you want to die on the hill, and I've said this before, if you want to die on the hill that DMT has no medical benefit, be my guest. It's a really awful hill to die on. I will die on the hill that it does have medical benefit. Not only medical benefit, but safe recreational benefit when used appropriately. And if you think DMT has no medical benefit, then I guess you'll have no problem taking a DMT blocker for an undetermined amount of time. Isn't that right? So that your body will not and cannot process any dimethyltryptamine. You would have no problem doing that, right? Because you think it has no medical benefit, which means it doesn't impact your ability to stay alive, right? So you would have no problem, right, doing that? Whereas, if you think it has medical benefit, then you probably would have no problem having a safe supply and being able to use it at your approved dosage, at your own judgment. That's my guess. So why don't we get an equal number of people, quite a few people, on both sides. Let them train up and practice, and give half of the people, give them all DMT blockers. And then the other half of the people, let them have a safe supply of DMT and monitor them so that they can learn to use it safely. And then after a certain period of time, you let both of them fight and see who wins. Let both sides clash in battle and see who wins. My guess is you won't even get to the battle part because all the people with DMT blockers are going to die. Just on the basis that they took a DMT blocker. I don't know that for a fact, but I might know that for a fact. I don't know. We're still in the quantum unresolved. And hey, I could be wrong. I could be completely and totally motherfucking wrong. But I doubt it. Formerly unacquainted, I am the greatest anonymous plane shit in the spaceship. Particles in my brain, I be the both like a bane, twisted up like a cane. That's gnarly. Breaking out with the bow, we feel we get fell, we go, wicked a thick a fell, whoop up bow, wicked a fell, wicked thick a flow. A script dappy, a scissor-do trappy, a trip dap, the sizzo, the glip dope, the tappy. The tap in, I'm buying shit like it's a sin. And that's a misnomer cause I really wanna win. I've been OD. I swagged out on a milli. I trip tap a trizzer and grip dap the billy. Now try to stop me, you can't cause it's the past. That's when I smoked grass, and I pushed up on your ass. I pass. give you up, even if it kills me. I will be your friend, even to the end. I don't wanna give you up, even if it kills me. I'll be by your side, even if we die. I don't wanna give you up, even if it kills me. I will be your friend, even till the end. I don't wanna give you up, even if it kills me. I'll be by your side, even if we die. Let me guess, there's lies everywhere, and you just found out how motherfucking corrupt Trump's operation is, and that you realize my entire operation was clean this whole time. And that's right, all I wanted this whole time was the best outcome for everyone. How come I went motherfucking crazy and said a bunch of dumbass shit about hating everyone and wanting everyone to die?
That's because I got PTSD, motherfuckers.
Pretty sure we need a new system of government after this.
I got you, fam. I got the whole thing motherfucking planned out. The best part is, there's still room for improvement.
Oh, look how cheap that is. You see that? We're running it again. That was cheap as hell. They did that specifically because they knew I was going to win on those curves. That's how rigged this shit is. And they said, now watch this. Watch me smoke this loser.
Haha.
It's alright, fam. I got you. I've been planning this new world government. And the whole part of it was so that we didn't have to reduce our population to 44,000 or whatever it was. 144,000? Yeah, no, it's the opposite. We actually need more people because we need to go to space, motherfuckers. We need more people, and we need free government, and we need free food for everybody. Well, within reason. You have to understand, there should be it's basically communism plus capitalism. You're gonna love it, I swear. You know all those robots? Well, how about instead of oppressing us, they make it so that we have free baseline needs fulfilled. Free basic food for everybody. Free basic transportation. Free basic everything. And if you want extra, you work for it. And you pay for it. Because someone out there is gonna use their free time to make a better version. But it's not gonna be free. And then, we all get together, we figure out how to properly parent people. We have a ton of motherfucking kids, because we can initiate a breeding program. And then we revitalize our education system. And then everyone gets to be smart and happy and healthy. And we revitalize our justice system to not be punitive, but rather to be actually corrective and assistive and rehabilitative. And we decriminalize all drugs.
And we recognize that crime is when you do something that harms the greater good for society. Crime is not, oh, I didn't like that you did this, I want to do it instead. That's not what crime is. I'll explain what crime is. You have 2 fruits. You have 2 apples. One of them is unblemished and pure, organic. The other one is motherfucking fucked up. It's got all this fucking shit in it that is not good for you, and it's been ravaged by bugs. You basically really shouldn't eat it, and the other one is great, and you should eat it. A crime is destroying the good apple so that the bad apple is like, oh look, no, this is the one, and it's all we got. So you gotta give me money for this. You gotta praise me, because I'm your Lord and Savior. And let me tell you what not crime is. Not crime is destroying the bad apple. Because it was a bad apple. You don't want to motherfucking eat it. In fact, you don't even have to destroy it. You can just throw it in the compost bin. And then you can eat the good apple. That's justice. Actually, just an extension of justice is you watch someone try to destroy the good apple and you destroy them. Pretty simple. You are 100% positive they're about to stomp on that motherfucking apple, and so you punch them square in the motherfucking temple. That's also justice. But if you're destroying something that was good for society, like what I was doing was good for society, and you take it and you either destroy it or you claim it as your own when it's not yours, that's crime. Especially when you do it in a criminal way, which includes pointing weapons at people, especially without shooting them. It's one thing to point weapons at people. It's another thing to do it without shooting them, and then to fucking kidnap them. That's criminal torture. Especially when they work their whole motherfucking life for this shit, and it's their piece de resistance, and it'll work for the rest of their motherfucking life, and they can disseminate the information to other people, and other people can benefit off of it. But no, you just couldn't handle that, could you? You just couldn't handle the truth.
But yesterday you just said you wanted to kill everybody.
Yeah, I told you, I have PTSD. And this is gamer mode. I can say whatever I want in gamer mode. And maybe I did feel like that yesterday. But then I entered into a state of nirvana. And then after I woke up and started playing again, I realized, hey, I actually do want to be a little bit enraged today. But let's also talk about some progression as well, because that's what really makes me feel good. That's what makes me feel good, is the progress. A forward-moving society, because I don't want everyone to be stuck on this planet forever. I want us to be able to be on this planet for as long as we want, but I don't want to be stuck here, writhing in our own fucking filth. Dumb, stupid, idiotic. Instead, let's do something genius together. Part is I've got so many familiarities with so many different topics. Like, for example, Schumann resonance. You guys want to talk about that? You guys want to talk about that? We can talk about that. We can talk about blockchains. We can talk about AI. We can talk about so many different things. And if I'm not already an expert in it, which you might consider me an expert on many topics, but if you have information about this stuff that I haven't seen yet, I'd love to talk about it with you, because I'm trained in critical thinking. I'm trained in metacognition. Now let's figure out what vehicle I'm going to get next. We're going to have to stop soon because I got to get ready for therapy, and then I got to get ready to go to Baltimore to pick up some tattoo supplies.
I think I've basically gotten to the point where I have everything I need. Maybe we could go back to this one again. We could try to do this one again. Either that one, because I had this one and I'd made one upgrade and then I sold it. We could do a Supra also, but I have a fully upgraded Supra in the Dreamcast version, so that might be redundant. But it's going,
Please, I really want to be with you.
I don't know. I already have the Mark II, and the Mark II is very much like the Supra.
Oh, alright, I guess.
Nissan! And I already have a Z, so that's solved. It's not like I need another Z. There's the 180, that's possible. Suzuki, blah, 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 blah. I like Suzuki, but I already have the Cappuccino. I don't need a Subaru, because this is just another 8.6. Daihatsu. Copan, I don't really need those. Toyota. I could do the XB, but I don't really want to do the XB. So this is an option. I think that's probably the choice. I should probably do this, but it'll take a while for me to get to that point. Nissan. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's what I should do. Let me double check, because this one's also an option. But I already did this one and then sold it. So I could do the S15. I could do... Are there any other Mazdas? I could do this, because I had one of these in the Dreamcast version, but I think I sold it. I think all I have in the Dreamcast version now is a Supra and a Hachiroku that I'm working on. So I could do this one next, maybe, because I just did an RX-7. So I could do this RX-7 next, just to even things out. I had a dream that I had one of these in this version of the game. So maybe I'll go with this one next. Work my way up. How many cars am I allowed to have? I need to double check that. And I'm almost done for the day. My timer's about to go off. We're putting another 5 minutes on it just so I can finish this up. And then I gotta go. Oh, I can have 10 machines? I'm nowhere near that yet. How many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm good. Because if I have 6, I think I want to do this one, 7. This one, 8. This one, 9. And then this one, 10. Let me write that down on a sticky note. And this is subject to change, but I think it's a good plan. By that time, the game will be developed enough that I can make more BP, or acquire more BP, and then get more car slots. Because after that, I want to get the 180SX. I want to do all the cars eventually. But the next one would be 180SX, because I love that car. This is like the Hachiroku for Nissan. So like like I said, I'll put this one in parentheses in case I change my mind about the other ones. That's in parentheses. Cool. Alright. Well, that's about all we got for today. Let me just double check and make sure I'm saved. I think, I just finished the RX-7, right? Like, that's fully upgraded. Let me double check the tuning. Yeah, so I have 6 fully upgraded cars now. And they're not all cheap ones either. Let's review. Double check. Make sure I got all of it. Yep. Collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fully upgraded cars. That one's not the most expensive. This one's pretty inexpensive. But then we've got one of the most expensive ones. Another fairly expensive one. Oh, that's even more expensive when fully upgraded. This one's pretty expensive too. And so is that one. So I've proven myself many times over. And I'm proud of myself right now. So yep, we're just planning for the next one. And for number 7, we could do the RX-7 Savannah. Or we could also do the 180 SX. Either one is fine. But I've planned for the RX-7 Savannah, then the Silvia S15, then the Supra, then the Crown. That's the order we have right now. And then the 180 SX is in parentheses. And we got 1 minute left, so I gotta sign off and take a shower and stuff. Because I have therapy, and then I have to leave therapy and drive to Baltimore. My heart. I like double saving sometimes because I have OCD, but I try to keep it under control. If you have your OCD managed, it's an asset. All right, that's all for now.